what's going on? I see you over there, not seeing you, but I understand you're here. I'm just going to share the screen real quick and see what happens. How's everybody doing out there in Chatland? Look at that. We're looking at suffixed object pronouns. That is the most exciting of exciting topics that one can learn. So let's jump in. This is Biblically Bro 101, normally with me or with Jonathan. Jonathan is out for the day. For those who are interested, you can sign up at patreon.com/The Hebrew Cafe. These are our current members to whom we say תודה רבה לכל חברינו וחברותינו. אנחנו מעריכים את זה מאוד עד שאתם לא מבינים. כמה שאתם לא מבינים. We really appreciate you. This is our grammar coverage of the binyanim. I don't know if you can see that. Oh, yeah, it goes right between our names. That's nice. Binyanim are presented here with the active on the left, the passive on the right, and the reflexive right there in the middle. So we've covered already the kal or the pa'al, the piel, and the hifil. So these are the red. These are what we've covered. Kal, pa'al, piel, hifil. Also known as katal, kitel, and hiktil, using the roots kuf, tet, and lamed because they're strong letters. These are the patterns for the third masculine singular that we need to be aware of. Hifil on the right, that's hif, like hik. It's a closed syllable with e. And then between the last two syllables, e with a yod. So hiktil, hifil, hichnis. The second one is the piel, diber, di shilem, shiber, and so on. And the third on the left is pa'al. These are just the vocalic patterns to which these binyanim go. This should be a quick review. In the past, we have looked at, let's see who we've got here, by the way. If you are here, please say hi. These are the suffix endings. You see that there's a mistake there that I will fix immediately. That is that it, I don't know if you can see, but it replaced the FFI of that with some ugly thing. Okay, anyway, so on the right side, we have normally ani, ata, at, hu, he. But here I wanted to attach them to the word et. So et, you say oti, like ata ohev oti, you love me. Ata ro'e oti, you see me. Ani ro'e otcha, I see you. Ani ro'e otach, I see you, and I speak to a woman. Remember that the right side of this table is masculine, the left side is feminine, and down the middle is common, meaning used for masculine and feminine. So we've got, I'm going to change colors because these words are red. I'm going to put this maybe green. Otcha, otach, oto, ota, otanu, etchem, etchen, ota, and otan. These are the endings for the persons when you add them to et. This should be reviewed because we have susi, my horse, suscha, your horse, susech. The e and the a are, how can we say? They are situation dependent. In our suffixes that we're going to look at today, we're going to use we're going to use ach, like otach, because in the past, in the perfect, the past, we see a vowels, where in the future, we're going to see e vowels when we look at these suffixes. We're looking today at how to add these personal suffixes, me and you and him and her and us, all of these suffixes onto verbs. So we say susi, my horse, suscha, your horse, susech, your horse, suso, his horse, susa, her horse, susenu, our horse, suschem, your horse, suschen, your horse, susam, their horse, susan, their horse. When we go into the plural, we say susai, my horses, susecha, your horses, Susaich, your horses, if we're speaking to a woman about her horses. Susav, his horses. Suseha, her horses. Susenu, notice susenu and susenu sound the same. Context dependent. Okay. Susechem, your horses. Susehen, your horses. Susehem and susehen for their horses. Okay, so let's get into it. An easy way to add a pronominal direct object to a verb is to use et. So with et, again, we say et with me on it. You say oti. For you, I say otcha. For you, a woman, I say otach. Otach. For him, I say oto. For her, I say ota. This should be already something you know. Ota. Okay, otanu, and so on. So you can use et with the suffix. Okay, as in ra'iti, I saw, and ra'iti otcha. Ra'iti otcha. Ra'iti otcha, I saw you. Ra'iti. Ra'iti otcha. Ra'iti otcha, I saw you. Or ra'iti ota. Ra'iti ota, I saw her. Ra'iti ota, I saw her. Okay, should be pretty clear, that part. Semitic languages, of which Hebrew is one, okay, Hebrew is a Semitic language, they allow us to add objects directly to the verb, which is kind of funny. You can't do that in English. You can't say, like, I saw, and then I saw him, for I saw him. You can add it. But in Hebrew can. Instead of saying otcha, you can say ra'iti otcha, re'iticha. Re'iticha. Re'iticha means exactly the same as ra'iti otcha. They are exactly the same. So notice that this causes the word stress to shift. So ra'iti goes to re'iticha. Re'iticha. Resulting in the reduction of that first vowel. Ra becomes re. Ra'iti, re'iticha. There is a mistake in the book at the bottom of page 199 where he says ra'iticha. That is wrong. It's re. Re'iticha with shva. Let's see if we have anyone following or talking. Muriel, hello. Howdy. She is here with us. And Defia is here with us today again. How are you doing? Haven't seen you for a while. So there is a mistake in the book. If you look at the bottom of page 199, it writes it as if it's ra'iti and then adds cha. It does shift the accent, but for some reason in the book, he writes it with kamat. That kamat must reduce. It is re'iticha. Re'iticha. So you can say lo re'itiha. Lo re'itiha means I didn't see her. I did not see her. Lo re'itiha. Where the ha is from ota, meaning her, and the ra'iti is I saw. And similarly, the o in oto, the important part is the vav, not the o sound, but the vav. So ra'iti, you add a vav, and it's not ra'iti o, but re'itiv. The iv ending, the v, is him. Lo re'itiv. I did not see him. Lo re'itiv. Okay. This is the table that the book provides for us on page 197. Okay. Notice again, it replaced that. I will fix that just a second. This right here needs to be this. Okay. So this is a big ugly table. I don't like big ugly tables. I don't like things to be confusing and complicated. So let's look at it. Maybe it would be better for you to cover it in Weingreen's grammar, sections 58 and 59. It's better presented. But while we have this table here, let's look at a couple of things that might be interesting. Number one, This is, so let's start on the very left. This is third masculine singular. We know it as a vav, normally o. But look what happens. Sometimes it's o, sometimes it's ahu. Ahu. Remind you of something, no? It's like the holy name. That sometimes it's Yahu, Yahu, and sometimes it's Yo, Yonatan, Yehonatan. Okay. Um, it doesn't have to have the vowel in front of it. It could be who or tu. The tu is probably because there's an ending attached, where it would be te, who, and the hey just assimilates as tu, instead of like achalathu, she ate him. It's achalatu, achalatu, she ate him. We'll look at that in a second. She devoured him, like the fire devoured him. Okay, ahu, o, who, or just a vav like a consonant, like we just saw. Reitiv, reitiv. We could say instead of reitiv, we could say reitihu, and it would mean the same thing. I saw him. Hu. Okay, so we're expecting a vav in some combination. Okay, what are we expecting with her? We're expecting a hey. The hey is always a consonant. It is not a vowel. It's not vocalic, which is why it's holding a vowel most of the time. Ha, 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 ha. And when it's not holding a vowel, then it's with mapik. Only in one situation is it not. That's this one. Why? Because just as I said here, we've got tu, which represents tehu, with the hey assimilated to tu. So here we have the hey assimilated. It's actually teha. It's actually teha. And the hey assimilates in order to not lose that ah sound. We're going to mark it as ah. So teha becomes ta. The hey is there assimilated into the tav. So just like we have tehu and teha, it looks like a vowel letter, but it is not. The hey is always a consonant in this third feminine singular ending, which is the one we attach to a verb to mean her. Ra'itiha, I saw her. When I'm doing ra'iti, I'm doing this column. This is ra'iti is I did it. First common singular. I saw him, re'itiv, or re'itihu. I saw her, re'itiha. I saw you, re'itiha. I saw you when I'm speaking to a woman, re'itih. Why is there no I saw us? Because it's absurd to say in Hebrew, I saw me and I saw you, or I saw us, excuse me, I saw us. It doesn't make sense to turn it on itself, which is why we have all of these gaps. All of these gaps in the table are because this is not a reflexive type of sense. So we're not going to say you saw you, and you saw you, and you saw you, right? It doesn't make sense. So it's just left out of the table. Notice that the chem and chen endings, which are these two columns, are missing from most of the forms. What's that mean? That for the most part, we're going to not use chen and also like otan. Etchem, etchen, and otan are most of the time left off. Really, most of it's understandable. For me, we say ani or ni, like ani. For them, am or an. You, chem, also chen, if it existed. We just don't have these forms in the Bible, but it doesn't mean it couldn't exist. And anu for anachnu. Anu or nu. All right. Let's try to make it a bit simpler. How are we holding up? I don't know how you guys are doing, because this can be kind of a headache. I see
We're
Marcelo
doing
saying,
fine.
"Oh, right, thank you." Where's James tonight?
I don't know. I'll message him and find out.
Marcelo says, I've been busy with work, but I listen when I can. Thank you for the Windows 3 tool you shared on the review. Definitely is a great resource. I think you're talking about Hebrew Tutor. Definitely. The Hebrew Tutor was something that I used when I was 19 years old, because that's when I started Hebrew. And it was provided in our study lab. About to join backstage now. James, there he is. Welcome. All right, so we're going to look at shafat, which means he judged, right? Shafat, he judged. And then add, instead of et, we're going to add an object. So we're going to look at all of the different forms. So shafat, okay, it ends with a consonant. Okay, shafat. We are going to render all A-class vowels with patach. When we look at the historical forms, we're going to render all vowels in three forms normally. That is, A is patach, E or I is chik, and O or U is shuruk. Like when we think of historical forms, not shuruk, but kubutz. When we think of historical forms, we always render to these three. Why? For the simple fact that in Arabic, if this is our shin, okay, we have a, e, and u. That's really the reason why, because in Arabic we only have three vowels, a, e, and u, and so we assume that Hebrew also had that situation, and the vowels modified into other qualities. So we're going to reduce all of the vowels to their common sound, shafat. Shafat, and then we add the endings according to the table, which basically, if I say he judged me, me is ni. And I want to have here ani because that ends in a consonant. Okay, if that were a vowel, I wouldn't need a. Okay, so I'm going to say, now we have the stresses here. Okay, that's where we're going to put the stress right before the ending. We have a near syllable, and we have a distant syllable. The near syllable lengthens, the distant syllable reduces. So this is the form that we're looking at. Shvatani. Shvatani means he judged me. I need to sneeze. Okay, I think I overcame it. Woo. All right, so with that in mind, let's look at the entire table. Well, I guess I didn't do that yet. So shafat plus ni, shafatani, and then with our near long and distant reduced rules that we've used many times. So the near becomes long and the distant reduces, and we get vatani, which means he judged me. He judged me.
You can't judge me.
Yeah, we could say Shvatani Adonai means God has judged me. Shvatani Adonai, God has judged me.
Rakshafatani Adonai. Or Shifatani Rak Adonai. Yeah. Only God can judge.
Only God. Okay, so this is what we're going to do exactly with the same thing. We remember that when we have shafat, and we're going to reduce it to our historical vowels, to make it plural, we add u. So historically, it was shafatu, but that stress moved to the end of the word. The stress adjusted itself. And we had shafatu, that in that case, because this syllable lost the stress, it also became de-emphasized. And we say instead with our long syllable over here, that is shafatu. Okay, but when we go back into the historical form, okay, we're going to leave shafatu and then add ni. The ni means I. Okay, so shafatuni, stress is here. This syllable is near. This syllable is distant. We got this, reduce here, and we have shvatuni. Shvatuni means they judged me. They judged me. shvatuni. Okay, shvatuni. So let's lay it out again. Shaftu plus ni means shaftu oti. They judged me. Shafatuni becomes shvatuni. Shvatuni, they judged me. Shvatuni. We covered this also in our coverage of wine green, but we didn't really talk much about it because we just used it. So these are all the endings. Notice I am not going to give etchem and etchen because these are in the past tense, the perfect. The etchem or etchen is added only one time, and that's on the word berach. Berachechem, I think it says. Berachechem, they blessed you. He blessed you. Berachechem, he blessed you. Only that one time does it appear. In the future, the imperfect, which we're going to cover next week, the chem ending is added 5 times. 5 times in the whole Bible. So if we've got 5 times in the future and once in the past, I don't think it's important enough for us to deal with the addition of these things, right? So we can ignore them. But this is important. Shaftu oti means shfatuni. Shfatuni. We just went over that form. We're going to keep that shfatu and add all of the suffixes to it. Shfatucha. But we could go back and look at how each one of them undergoes the same reduction of the first syllable, lengthening of the second. Shfatucha means they judged you. Shfatucha. Shfatucha. Shaftu otcha. Shaftu otach. Shfatuch. Shfatuch. Is the actual ending is that Shfatuch. They judged you. Okay, they judged you when you're speaking to a woman. Shfatuch. Okay, when we have the vowel shfatu, we can't say shfatu u. So we put on there hu, and that hu allows us to separate the syllables. Shfatuhu, they judged him. Shfatuhu. Shfatuhu. They judged her. Shfatuha. Shfatuha. Okay? I hope this makes sense. You don't need to know how to form these. You just know, well, I guess you do for the homework, but it should be indicated in the book. So it's okay. Shaftu otanu, they judged us, is shfatunu. Shfatunu. We should notice that we are going to have trouble sometimes where a word might end in a nun, and then the next letter is hu for him, and this assimilates and becomes nu, or the next syllable, the ending is nu for us, and we get nu, and this assimilates and gives us again nu. So sometimes there is ambiguity between him and us. We see this in the mimenu. Mimenu. Okay. It has a reduplication. It's like minu, and the first nun assimilates into the second mem. And then so it's min men, mimen. And then this nu can be min menhu, which is from him, or min menu from us. So mimenu can mean either from him or from us. It's the same exact form, but one is an assimilated hu and the other is an assimilated nu. So we can see that this could be a problem as far as ambiguity is concerned, but it's not normally. So shaftu otanu becomes shvatunu. Shaftu etchem, they judged you. Shaftu etchen, they judged you. Shaftu otam is simply shvatum, shvatum, and they judged them, feminine, shvatun, Shvatun. Again, this is extremely rare, but it's obviously easier than the shvatuchem, which is not going to happen. Not going to happen. Okay, ra'iti. In modern Hebrew, we say ra'iti et atzmi, means I saw myself. I saw myself in the mirror. Ra'iti et atzmi b'mar'ah. Still, you wouldn't say ra'iti oti. It's weird to say I saw me. You say I saw myself. But when we say I saw, you say ra'iti otcha, ra'iticha. I saw you, ra'iti otach, ra'itich, ra'itich. Ra'iti oto, I saw him, ra'itiv. You could say also ra'itihu. These are interchangeable. Ra'itiv and ra'itihu. Whoever has read the book of Genesis, and it talks about each one brought forth according to its kind. According to its kind has two forms. That is lemino. This is in the book of Genesis, chapter 1. Lemino or leminehu. Leminehu and lemino are the same exact thing. So we have the o ending or the hu ending, and we just have to deal with the fact that in Hebrew, o and hu mean the same thing. So ahu, ehu, or just o. Re'itiv, re'itihu. And the feminine, re'itiha, I saw her. Re'itiha. Okay? We're not going to say, I saw us. That's just weird. I saw us. Maybe if you're recounting a dream and you say, I saw us seated by a river. Like you could say it hypothetically. Ra'iti otanu yoshvim al yad nahar. Maybe. But it still feels very strange to say, I saw us in Hebrew. Again, we're going to ignore etchem and etchen and just say ra'iti etchem, ra'iti etchen. And then when you have otam, it becomes and otan becomes So re'itim, re'itin. Okay, that's basically how it works out. Now we're going to look at achal. He ate or he devoured. We could talk about some kind of monster or something. We say, he ate me, he devoured me. Achalani. How do I get to achalani? We take the historical form, achal, with the a, and then the ni ending. Okay, that's me. And this is a consonant, so we add a vowel to break it up, and that's where we put our word stress, which means that this is long, it's near. This is distant, it reduces, and the guttural takes chataf vowel. So achalani, he ate me. Achalcha, here we don't need a vowel because the ending is simply cha. Achalcha, he ate you. Achalech, achalech, he ate you. If you're speaking to a woman, he ate you. Achalo, he ate him. Could we say achalehu? I think so. Achalo, achalehu. Achala, he ate her. Notice the difference between he ate her, achala, and she ate, achla. She ate, achla. Achala, he ate her, achla, she ate. When achla is in pause, we should expect to see he, achala. Achala. Going back to the historical form, achal, achala, and that's what we're going to see in pause, achala. Okay. Pause meaning at the end of a verse or with a major disjunctive accent. Like, if we have a word here, a letter, and we have these two dots above it, this is katon, zakef katon. It is very common for it to have pause and also a little diamond on top called revia. These are major disjunctives, and also etnachta, which is the wishbone, like this. These are the tones in the Bible. Okay, so אכלנו, אכל אותנו, אכלנו, אכל אתכם, אכל אתכן, אכלם, he ate them, and אכלן, אכלן, he ate them when they are feminine. Okay, this is a bunch of information, right? James, what do you think about all of this? Does this make Hebrew better or worse?
I like it. I like it because it
Did you know?
it shortens and
Mhm.
it shortens the it what's the word I'm looking for? It's not necessarily a simplification because you have to learn
Compacts?
something else, but it does. Yeah, it makes it more compact. Yes, thank you.
Mhm. You know that in Arabic, this is basically the way to do it. Like they don't have et; they just add the suffix pronoun onto the verb. As far as I know, that in Arabic, even in modern spoken Arabic, you need to add these things to the verbs all the time. So at least in Hebrew, we have an escape from it because we can use et. Et in Aramaic, post-biblical Aramaic mostly, like you see it in the Targums a lot, is yat. You see it with a couple of endings, yat, yetchem, I think, in the book of Daniel. But for the most part, yat is not used in the Bible in Aramaic, but et is used all the time in Hebrew. So we're lucky to have that particle.
And yat is used everywhere in the Targums, though. Targumim.
Yeah, the Targums use it all the time. Yat al-ah, yat shmaya, the heavens and the earth. Yeah, definitely. And you like to read Targumic Aramaic, don't you?
Well, when I was reading it, that's what I was reading. I've not read it in so long.
Yeah.
I tried to open it up the other day, and I was like, "What is this?" I just
you got busy.
Yeah, I gotta get the rust out of the system, but we'll get there eventually. We'll get back there eventually.
Well, this one is going to present us. I think I'm going to make a blank slide. Just a second. I'm going to copy this one, make a duplicate, and then get rid of the table. And let's talk about what's going on here because this is problematic. We say that the historical form, for example, of to eat, like he ate, was achal. We reduce all vowels to a common one vowel, right? So it doesn't matter if it's long or short, whatever, we just want ah. When we made something feminine, originally the feminine ending was a taf. So she ate was achalat. Achalat. But a couple of things happened. Number one is that the taf at the end of words became unpronounced. Achalat became achala. So the taf turned into a hey, which is what we normally see. Then that word stress again shifted to the end of the word. It did this for the feminine and for the feminine singular in the third person and for the common plural of the third person. So achlu. Achala became achla. Achla. We lengthened the vowels to kamatz, but it's still the same. Achala. Achla, she ate. When we add the suffixes, we're going to do it on the basis of that historical form. Achalat. Okay? So we use that historical form, and then we add onto it like ni. So achalat, and the stress is right there. Achalatni. Now we have a near syllable and a distant syllable. The near lengthens, the distant reduces to hataf, and we get achalatni. Achalatni, she ate me. So we could say a fire. A fire is feminine. Esh achalatni. Esh achalatni. If you don't understand the historical forms, there is no way you could ever understand what's happening here. So this is why the historical forms are very important. So let's say achalat, achalat. And we want to add hu, him. Okay, achalat hu. We want to leave the stress there. Okay, hold on a second. Want to leave the stress there. So we've got near syllable, we've got distant, near lengthens, distant reduces. Now we have achalat hu, and that hey assimilates into the taf. Instead of achalat hu, we see achalatu. Achalatu means she ate or devoured or consumed him. She ate him. Achalatu. Okay? And also the same thing that we said with the feminine, where we have ha, ha. The hey assimilates. Okay, it assimilates, so we have ha. And then we're just going to mark that vowel as still existing. Achalata. Achalata. She ate it, or she ate her. She ate her, or it ate her, or it devoured her, she devoured it. Whatever it is, okay? Whatever is masculine and feminine, okay? Whew, this is a fun one. Let's look at the whole table, okay? We'll look at the whole table, and this is what we get. Achalatni, she ate me. Achalatcha, she ate you. Achalatech, notice that the stress is still on that lamed. So what we have here is a closed, unaccented syllable. So eich becomes ech. It's short. Achalatech. Okay. Achalatu, we said. Achalata, we said. She ate it. She ate him. Whatever. Okay. Now with us, achalatnu. Achalatnu. She ate us. Or a fire devoured us, a fire consumed us. Achalatnu. We're going to leave off the chem and chen because we're not playing with those. Achalatam and achalatan. This is the most divergent, the she did it is the most divergent because of that taf. Because that taf creates several issues. First of all, that we don't see it in the normal form, achala, she ate. But also because it assimilates the hey and normally often the noon that follows it. But it doesn't happen in these situations because we want to hold on to something. Achalatni, she ate me. Achalatnu, she ate us. We have this atnu ending in the story of Joshua that we read about Rahab. Like protect, she hid them. She hid us in her house or on the wall, something like that. But I remember we had it in Joshua. Okay, that is all I want to cover regarding the endings, because I think if you just spend time in the book going over them, they will kind of make sense. This was really the most difficult one, the akhla, the asta, the feminine endings are the most troublesome. So let's look at the vocabulary, the verbs specifically, because remember the book doesn't give us verbs how they really are. It just tells you batach in the hifil, which is absurd. So batach in the kal, batach means to trust, like he trusted. He trusted in God. He trusted. Okay. In the hifil, it is not batach. It is on the root bet tet chet, and it's hivtiach. Hivtiach is he made secure, or he promised. He promised something. Hivtiach. Okay. I want to stress the importance of feeling the verbs in their form and not saying batach in the hifil. There's no such thing as batach in the hifil. There's hivtiach. Barach means he fled or he ran away. It's in the kal. The G is kal. Lavash, in the kal, it means to wear or put on. It can also be a state of verb. Instead of lovesh, it can be lavesh. In the he field, this root is hilbish. Hilbish. He made someone wear. He caused someone to wear something means he put something on him. He put clothing on this person. The opposite of hilbish is hifshit. Hifshit. Hifshit means he undressed somebody. Hilbish uilbishet yaldo, uilbishet beno. He dressed his son. He caused him to put clothes on. He dressed his son. Hilbishet beno. Or hifshit et beno. He undressed his son. He took his clothes off. To remove clothes from yourself goes into the hitpa'el, which we will learn later. Lehit pashet means to become undressed, to get undressed. And lehit labesh means to get dressed. Like you, animit labesh, I'm getting dressed. It's also in hitpa'el that we'll learn later. Okay, lamad in the kal is to learn or to study. Also lamed, it's a stative verb sometimes, lamed or lamad, like ahav and ahev. Sometimes it's stative, the feeling of love. To teach in the pia, limed, limed. Lamad, limed. This verb can be troublesome when you don't have pointing, when you don't have nikud. Because like for the future, you say, ani elmad, I will learn, or ani alamed, I will teach. And they look exactly the same. Elmad, elmad, I will study or learn, elmad, or ani alamed, alamed, I will teach. So if it's in the PL or the kal, sometimes there is confusion when the text is not pointed. Millet. Millet is the PL for saving someone or letting them escape. We just saw in the David story that he said, and let me escape in the nifal. The nifal is like the passive sense of this verb. The PL is the active sense, to let someone escape, to let them go. Lemalet, to get them out of there. Ana in the call, obviously the hey is actually a yod. So ana means he answered. We do have a PL of this root, but it's considered a second root. It's not the same root, but the PL is ina. Ina. Ina means afflicted. He afflicted someone. Like he made them suffer. He afflicted. So we are told in the laws about the holidays that whoever doesn't afflict his soul on the Day of Atonement is to be cut off from his people. And to afflict your soul is interpreted by the rabbis to mean to fast, to make yourself suffer through hunger. All right, so saneh, a stative verb, also sana, means to hate. It's the opposite of ahav or ahev. Shavar is to break. Shavar, hu shavar et libi, he broke my heart. But we have the PL shiber. Oh, I didn't write that. It's not in the book. Shiber in the PL, shiber or shibar, it means he shattered, he broke to pieces. It's an intensified sense of this verb. So shavar is he broke. Shiber is what Moses did to the Ten Commandments when he came down and found the people worshiping an idol. He shattered them. He threw them down and broke them to pieces. Vaishaber et haluchot. Shachach means he forgot. And that's the end of the vocabulary. Nice. Shavar, shiber, shachach. Okay. Shachach is the opposite of zachar. Zachar, he remembered, and shachach, he forgot. Okay. All right. Do we have any questions before we move into reading and translating these examples? Marcelo says that it's interesting. I don't know if he's heard this type of teaching about syllabification and all that stuff. It's kind of the way that I went because of Kutz and Jasperger. If you don't have Kutz and Jasperger's grammar, learning Biblical Hebrew, it is the grammar that everyone should have and learn. Where's my copy? I thought, oh, here it is. Of course, it's up high, meaning the best, the absolute best. These are the grammars that that I always recommend to everyone. I'll go ahead and take that off of there. Grammars that I always recommend to everyone learning Biblical Hebrew by Carl Kutz and Rebecca Josberger and their workbook. You must have it. That's upside down. Workbook, Biblical Hebrew, Learning Biblical Hebrew workbook. If you have any issue with understanding syllabification and how these syllables become long and those short and all of the rules, they have the best explanation for it. And that's where I learned all of this fun stuff that I give to you. I love that. I love that grammar. What do you guys think before we move on to the exercises? We're going to do 2 exercises. One in each set is from the book, and then I've changed them. I've tweaked them to allow for other pieces. What do you guys think? And do you love Kutz and Jasperger as much as I do?
I agree. For a historical morphology, it's very good. It is a simplification of Fuller's, which is more, or I guess I should say less practical. So theirs is definitely better for the average student to be palatable. Very good. I've worked through it. Excellent.
And I taught through Kutz and Jasperger online. It's a playlist set on our YouTube. Yeah. What about you, Colton?
Yeah, as far as like knowing why vowels shift and do what they do, I think it's better than anything else that I've read. So big help, big up.
And their workbook's pretty cool.
Yeah, the workbook is handy. Because you also get a lot of reading through it. So as you work through.
Yeah. It starts your reading really quickly, goes through the Joseph story, and then once you get through that, it goes through Ruth and Jonah. So it's a really good reader. All right, back at it. Here we go. We have 2 sentences. I've chosen number 2 and number 4 from the exercises. Number 2 says, "Velama he'elitunu mimitzrayim." That is the original sentence. "Velama he'elitunu mimitzrayim." So we want to add the assignment would be to translate it, but we want to talk through it, right? We want to talk through it. First of all, lama, we have the word why. We have 3 forms, right? We have more than 3, but we have madua that we had in our reading of David and Jonathan. Madua means why. Okay. Then we have lama with an accent here. Lama, notice that the middle is doubled, lama. And then we have lama. Lama. And here it is velama. Lama and lama mean the same thing, and madua also means the same thing. Why is this form chosen over the other one? I have no idea. Velama, velama, I have no idea. They're the same thing. He'elitunu. He'elitunu. Okay. Who wants to, of the 2 of you, because you guys are the ones that are voiced, who wants to break
first.
that down? He'elitunu. Yalla.
So it's a hifil from Ayin Lamed He, or
Yes.
Yod. And
Yes.
it is a why have they caused him or they, or no, sorry, us? Why have they caused us to go up
Us.
from Egypt? Yeah. New?
Yep.
Oh, no, new.
Mhm.
Wait, right?
So the U here is like he'elitu. No. Hold on. He'elitu. The past would be he'elu.
It's the
He'elu.
second
They
plural.
brought up.
It's the second plural.
Right.
Ah,
Right.
nice.
So this is not he'elu, but he'elitem. He'elitem. This is you caused to go up. Okay. So the tem becomes u. That's something we didn't talk about. He'elitunu, you caused us to come up. Why have you all brought us up from Egypt?
And what would be the difference
Okay.
again if it was they?
Go to the second one. He'elunu.
Elunu.
Oh, okay. No tab. That's right. Yeah.
They is he'elu. He'elunu. Okay. All right. Colton, what do you got for the second one?
What am I doing?
The second one in the line.
What do you want me to do though? Parse it?
Break it down. What's the difference between the second one and the first one in meaning and
Gotcha.
parse it,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. So, it's still a feel from Ein Lamed Yod. This time it is the second masculine singular. So elita. But this time, and so it's elitanu. So velama elitanu memitzrayim. So why did you bring us, you singular, masculine, from Egypt? Bring us up from Egypt.
Yep. Why did you bring us up out of Egypt? Right. Good. All right. And the last one, velama he'elitinu mimitzrayim he'elitinu. It looks like he'eleti, which we would think means I brought up. He'eleti.
Could be two.
But it's not, right?
It is a feminine.
Huh?
Feminine second person.
This is feminine.
Those were from my lesson today in Biblingo.
So,
look at that.
Yeah, he'elitinu is she brought us up. Not she, you feminine. Why have you feminine brought us up? Okay. Why is it the same? A long time ago, the feminine ending was T or you. And so ata we see in Arabic is anta. Ata is anta. And you, at, in Hebrew is anti. And the E dropped off in Hebrew. So ati became at. And that's why the Shva is written, because it represents the loss of that original sound. Anti, ati. And so the ending used to be the same for halachti, I went, and halachti, you went when speaking to a woman. They were the same form. Isn't that fun? So he'eleti can mean here she, not she, you, feminine. It's hard to do all this you. English is such a poor language. You. You is for masculine, you is for feminine, you is for masculine plural and feminine plural. It's all bad. All right, number 4. We are not going to attach etchem except in this case it's not etchem. I changed it to otanu. So limaditi etchem. This is from the book. לימדתי אתכם חוקים ומשפטים כאשר ציווני אדוני אלוהי. So limadeti, this is I taught you, plural. I taught you. Laws and judgments, chukim umishpatim, as, even as, sivani. Siva, he commanded. Oti, he commanded me. Sivani, the hay has disappeared. Sivani, he commanded me. Who commanded me? The Lord my God. The Lord my God. So I taught you, all of you, laws and judgments according as which, in other words, as the Lord my God ordered me or commanded me. That's the original sentence. All right, I've changed up from limadati to limadnu. I've changed from tsivani to tsivanu, and from Elohai to Eloheinu to make it plural. So, who wants to read number 2 and translate it?
I guess I'll go.
Uh-huh.
All right. So we taught you statutes and judgments, like the Lord commanded us. Tzipanu, like the Lord our God commanded us.
Yeah. Okay. So now we've changed from I taught to we taught. We taught you laws and judgments as the Lord our God commanded us. So tzivani, tzivanu, Elohai, Eloheinu. All right. So that leaves the third one for C for Colton.
לימדת אותנו, לימדתנו, חוקים ומשפטים כאשר
Hold that E in the first sentence, the first syllable is something precious. Not limadata, but limadata. That's where the distinction is going to be.
לימדתני חוקים ומשפטים כאשר ציווך אדוני אלוהיך. You taught us statutes and judgments as the Lord your God commanded you.
Great. So that shifts it all to singular and second person, and then the people getting taught was us rather than you. All right, fantastic. We are looking at May 1st, which is just a couple of days away. The homework for lesson 16. We just now did lesson 17. So we're going backwards one lesson. We do that every week. Monday we teach 17. Thursday we do homework for 16. It gives you a week and a half. Don't forget that Sunday is going to be the 4th of May. Mai. So May the 4th be with you. It is Star Wars Day on Sunday. We call it Yom Milchemet HaKochavim. Milchemet HaKochavim is Star Wars. So if you're a Star Wars fan, don't forget to observe that holy day, watching some brand of the franchise. Monday, May 5th is at 5 o'clock, our Hebrew reading for David's story. And then we're going to be teaching the imperfect, the future tense, from lesson 18 of the book. And then the following week, doing the homework, like we said, from this unit, unit 17. That is everything we got to present to you today. Toda raba la'akshava ve'al ha'ishtatfut. What does that mean? Thanks a lot for the listening. Al-hakshava ve'al ha'ishtatfut. Ishtatfut is participation. Thanks for your listening and participation. And we will see you guys next week. Whoever's in Patreon, our Patreon, is welcome to join us for the next hour on Zoom, where we're going to be using Hebrew in communication. Mostly that's Colton and James that join me regularly. So I'll see you guys in a couple of minutes.
Why?
Media. Where's our Toda Haba? There it is.